It's the Social Drinkers Podcast.
Welcome to the Social Drinkers Podcast. Today is going to be amazing. That's all I'm going to tell you. We have a treat for you guys today. So to start off, I'm Chon.
I'm Sean P.
And our special guest is
Dr. Roy L. Johnson Jr., also known as the Lunchologist.
Oh, my God.
oh, this already going to be good. I can see this. I can see it. I can see it. Can y'all feel that energy? If you came on here and you don't feel that energy, something has to be wrong with you. Positive vibes, as we always.
Absolutely.
There we go.
So let me
Go
ask this
ahead.
question
Go
real
ahead.
fast.
Go
So
ahead.
on our little setup interview yesterday, you said that you were an introvert. And I told you I was too. But let me ask you this. The energy you're providing right there, how does, because a lot of people get being an introvert kind of mixed up in what that actually means. How are you able to exude such energy, such positive vibes, and still be an introvert?
You know what? I always said that we're all either an introvert, extrovert, but we all consist of both. Some may weigh heavily on the extrovert side. Some may weigh heavily on the introvert side. I'm more so on the introvert side. But when the extrovert side have to come out, it will come out. But it all depends on the people. Good energy, good vibes.
Yes.
You get my good side.
I'll take that as a
All your
compliment.
sides is your good side. What you talking about? Yes. So today,
Well, go ahead, Sean.
so today,
Paper. No, come here. Just grab the paper. Oh, yeah, okay. No, take it with you. Okay.
I'm sorry.
I'm at the edit the hell out
You
of
are.
that.
This is our first blooper for the night, so we're doing good.
Oh, and I caused it. So,
And for whatever reason, I had a total one-track mind. I was so into that paper, like, get the damn paper. I almost.
like, so you knew. So, yeah, that is Pierre, also known as Cinderfella.
Yeah,
and
PC.
PC, and
Yeah.
he's helping us out, and he is learning. Okay. Stay focused, my brother. Okay, I'm sorry, Sean. Let's go for it.
Okay, so we have the wonderful Dr. Johnson in our studios today. We already know it is going to be enlightenment. You're going to educate us.
Yes.
You're going to motivate us.
Yes.
You're going to talk to us about some entrepreneurial spirits we should all absorb at some point, right?
Yes.
We're going to talk about a little bit of God.
Oh, yes.
Because what can we do without him?
Nothing.
One more time.
Nothing.
There we go.
Nothing.
See, we already on a good
Not
good
nothing.
start.
Nothing.
Yes.
Nothing.
That's right. And we just gonna talk and have some good old general conversation. Let these vibes flow. Nothing scripted. We ask that you just bring you and give all of you to us today.
Look, when I leave here, I want to be empty.
Okay.
Oh, I like
I
it.
want to be empty.
Yes.
So bring it.
Let's bring it. First of all, how was y'all's day today?
My day was eventful. It was eventful. As I told you before, on our pre-talk conversation on yesterday, I said, let me get me some rest for y'all tomorrow because y'all brought the energy just on the pre-call. Y'all was acting up. Y'all was acting up. And you know, out of all days, usually I'm not tired, lethargic. Today, I had to shut my office door, turn off the light, and I had to lay my head down for about an hour.
Yeah.
That's a good sleep. Did you sleep hard enough to dream something?
No, because my mind won't stop going.
Okay, I get it.
My mind won't stop going.
Yeah.
But I'm rejuvenated, so I'm ready for y'all.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I'm ready for you.
We don't know if we ready for you, Sean. You think you ready for Dr. Johnson?
I don't know.
I know.
It's like you came ready to boogie.
That's right.
Hey, y'all ready?
Okay, well, let's get it. Let's get it.
How was your day, Sean?
My day was cool. I was a little busy at work today, but you know, just like Doc, man, I came home. I was gonna take like an hour and a half nap.
Yeah.
It turned out to be like 40 minutes. because I kept thinking about the stuff I had to do here.
Yeah.
I can't rest like that, so I went ahead and got up, washed my tail feather, and came on up, man. So I had a good day.
That's what I'm talking about.
I had a good day, productive.
That's awesome. I love to hear it. Pierre, how was your day?
It was great. I can't complain. I spent it with my favorite person.
That would be me if y'all haven't figured it out yet.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, I love my nephew. Well, my day was amazing. God's blessing, and just so excited because we were ready. I was ready. We were ready to meet you from all that energy that you gave us last night. Like, I felt it through the phone. So I'm ready to get into it.
Absolutely.
Yes, yes. So, Dr. Johnson, we're going to start off with just asking you to tell us a little something about yourself, whatever you choose to.
What is it for me to tell? Well, a little backstory about how I got to where I am today. Growing up in a household where education is pushed as, get a good education, get good grades, graduate. Mm-hmm. Well, I did that. I graduated from high school, went to college, graduated from college with a degree in biology. Believe it or not, my aspiration was to go to medical school to become an OBGYN. Growing up, I was so fascinated with the
vaginas?
with the labor and delivery channel.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I kind of jumped the gun. Oh, my bad.
With the labor and delivery channel, and so it really put some in me to say I want to go into the medical field and be an OBGYN, but that didn't happen. I had a reality moment. I had a reality check. I had a transparent moment with myself after getting a test back. It was I think it was an inorganic chemistry test, and now I know I studied, but my grade said otherwise. So I remember the day I sat in front of my dorm on the curb, and tears just started rolling from my eyes because it made me question if I was good enough.
How low was the grade?
It wasn't passing. It was an F.
Okay. Yeah.
But
that's something you put your heart into. You put the effort into it, and for it not to even be mediocre was shock.
Right. It wasn't even mediocre. It wasn't even mediocre.
Yeah.
And so that it really caused me to question, like, am I on the right if I'm on the right track? And so, but then also it caused me to think about going into the medical field. It really, your time is really no longer yours. Now it belongs to everybody. So when that baby said, I'm ready to come, if it's 1:00 in the morning, you just left work at 12 o'clock, you better be there to deliver that baby. That's and so not only that, but I'm a family person. I enjoy moments with spending with family and friends, and there's just special moments that just cannot be replicated, duplicated. Right. And so those are things I did not want to miss. And so I said, okay, well, you know what? Mama didn't raise no fool. I'm not going back. I'm not changing my major. I'm graduating with my degree in biology, but I'm gonna continue to push on. So I graduated from Texas A&M University in College Station. Went into education, taught 8th grade science, just to find out that my methodology for teaching wasn't customary to what they wanted and how they wanted me to teach.
So is it like a script that they want you to stick to, and you had a whole different thought process of going into teaching and how you want to do it?
You know what? With science, I taught 8th grade science. And so, science, you cannot just teach from a book.
Right.
You have to pull out the creative juices because students are already asking, well, why do we got to learn this? Well, you live, you eat, you breathe science. So that's why we have to, so Right. But the administration, I had a principal, we call her the militant midget. It was the military manager because she would just creep down the hall. Don't nobody know she's coming. She'll look, stand by your door, and then later on find out that she was there, or she'll get some of her colleagues that she was some of the other teachers now to go back and report back to her with what they saw and didn't see and so forth. And so that
Her minions.
Right, the minions,
Yeah.
and so that didn't last long, and so I left there, went into management, thinking I was done with dealing with kids. I define management as nothing more than running an adult daycare.
That's right.
It
most
was
cases.
nothing more than running an adult daycare, and so, but this is really where I found myself between a rock and a hard place. I went to the doctor, and my blood pressure was uncontrollable to the point to where he was trying me on different medications. They wasn't working. So he said, you know what? If you go back to that job, you may not make it back out pretty much. Right. So that day I really had to sit and do some reflection. Okay, is it going to be me or is it going to be that job? For the very first time in my life, I chose myself. Was it scary? Yes. Because what I did was I left that job, took out what I had in my retirement, lived off of that. You asked me what was my dream. I didn't have one. If I tell you that all of this was literally blind faith, closing my eyes and just jumping and trusting God. That's just what it was. Wow. So in September 2009, I became an entrepreneur. December of 2009, I officially submit my letter of resignation. Said I wasn't coming back. But the lesson here was bet on yourself, because if you don't bet on yourself, who will? And so from there. 2009, fast forward, it was 2020. Now 2020 was the year of quote unquote supposed to be perfect vision, right?
Right.
We all know that wasn't the case.
Right.
We dealt with the pandemic.
Yep.
And so it was during the pandemic to where I began to realize that, okay, God, I'm grateful for how you've carried me up until this point, but what else do you have for me? I felt like there was a greater purpose for me. And so with all of what was going on, I had to unplug from all of the secondary distractions, and I had to plug into God. Plug from all the secondary distractions and plug into God. Those who are listening, you'll get that if you didn't get it. But it was during that moment to where clarity began to come, because I started scrolling on Facebook, life coach. And I kept seeing it. Never before then did I see this on my feed. But life coach kept.
You didn't speak it,
I
but
didn't speak
you
it.
thought it, and it started coming into your feed.
And it started coming because I unplugged from all the second distraction so I can focus keenly on the voice of God and the Holy Spirit.
Okay.
So I can get guidance. And there I saw that, and when I saw that, I made a conscious effort to go and get my certification as a life coach, as an entrepreneurship empowerment coach, as a master life coach. That was my moment to elevate myself to another level, because God was calling me to another level to serve his people.
Okay.
And so from that, the business launcher was birthed. From there, international motivational speaker, publications in different magazines, different podcasts, different shows, and then something else, and we'll get to that.
We're gonna get to that.
We're gonna get to that later on. But yes, so
Go ahead.
Okay. So I know being on social media as much as I am right now, 'cause I'm trying to learn it. It's complicated. You have a whole lot of podcasts, a ton.
Yes.
So we're not special in that regard. I think we're dope, but we're not special. But in addition to that, a lot of the content creators, a good portion of content creators are life coaches in some form or fashion. Some are really young, and I question whether or not somebody of such youth can be a life coach. They may be able to coach to people that are around their age group or maybe share their experiences, but not a life coach. Can you explain to me what an actual life coach is and whether or not the majority of these people that call themselves that are even qualified to do so?
You know what? Great question. What I would say to that is, how can you call yourself a life coach if you hadn't really had any life experiences?
I wondered that. So I didn't know if I was being cynical.
No, you're
Because
not.
I'm not in that world, so I
Right.
don't know.
No, that's a good question.
Right. And how can you be a life coach if you hadn't had any life experiences?
Yep.
And, so many people use that term so loosely. I'm a life coach. I'm a life coach. What are you a life coach? What is your specialty? What do you help people to do?
Right.
As a life coach, you're not a counselor.
Right.
As a life coach, it's a partnership. It is a partnership. I help you to hold yourself accountable, but then all at the same time, you hold me accountable as your coach to help you get to that next level.
Gotcha.
And so when I say I'm a life coach, I'm a life empowerment coach because I empower you to become the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
Help you to hold yourself accountable. Help you to see things within yourself that you don't see in yourself. Pull things out of you that you didn't even know existed so you can get to that next level and become the best version of yourself and present yourself to those people as the best version of yourself because what we do is not for us. But it's for the people that we've been called to serve.
That's
so
right.
if you're operating in an area of mediocrity, what are you going to do with the people that you've been called to serve? You're going to pour out a jar of mediocrity. I don't do mediocrity.
So how does one choose the best life coach that's beneficial for them? How do they, what's the criteria? What's the normal? When you've talked to your clients that you have obtained, what did they say they look for to find you?
With that, I don't think there's really so much a quote unquote criteria, but it's our values.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
our values. And, oftentimes some people may say, I can't work with you. Well, why can't you work with me? We hadn't really got to really know each other. We hadn't really had a open dialogue. And I believe the first thing to breaking the ice is having an open, honest, and transparent dialogue because I cannot present to you the best version of myself and what I offer if you are holding back from me.
You think that's a little difficult for people to do? Because I have trouble, unless you're like somebody close to me already.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to have a struggle to open up to you fully.
Yeah.
Do you give them a conversation about you? Do you open up to a certain extent to have them to be a little comfortable?
Yeah. I do.
Give us an example. Pretend I'm you getting ready to come in, and I'm your new client.
Really work with her on
Yeah,
that because
yeah.
She has some things she needs to.
Look. I think we pretty much had our conversation.
Yeah.
We had our conversation. So, how are you doing, Chandra? How are you?
I'm well. How about you?
I am doing completely well. How was your day?
My day was great. What about yours?
My day was great. So, how can I help you?
Well, I'm struggling with these niggas because they just off the chain. Like, I know you may not use that word, but I'm going to use that word because this is how I feel. I'm struggling with them. They can't get it right. I need you to help me that I do the work in me so I can find the best man for me.
So first of all, so tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, where do I begin? You're wanting to know me or the experiences that I've had to make me feel the way that I need a life coach?
Well, first of all, I want you to know that this is a trusted and safe place. So whatever you and I talk about is between you and I.
Okay.
My job is to help you become the best version of yourself and to help you break the chains that's been holding you back and the limitations that's been keeping you from getting to that next place of relationship or just even your personal relationship, because you can't have an effective relationship with someone else if you don't have an effective relationship with yourself.
You better preach. That was good. You smooth with it.
Hey, how much you charge per hour?
Look,
You smooth with it.
have your people call my people. Yeah.
So we just wanted to give a little example of what it's like to be able to have a life coach. And we didn't even rehearse this.
No, it wasn't rehearsed.
I appreciate you for just on the spot, being
just
able
off
to
the
give
cuff.
exactly an opening of what it would be like or an example to be like to be able to have a life coach. And actually the questions that you definitely asked, even though I was joking and playing because I have a wonderful mate, but it's amazing to be able to trust someone, because the first thing you said was safe space. And that's what a lot of people, they don't seek help because they don't think it's a safe space. It's not like you going to talk to your auntie or somebody in your family or either one of your gossiping friends and then the next day your business is out in the street.
Right.
They get a confidential consultation with you.
Because, people do business with people they know, like, and trust.
Yes.
And before you can even do business with anybody, you have to break that ice and get to know them first.
Yes.
As a person. Outside of business, that's going to come if it's meant for you all to do business, it will come.
Yes.
But in the meantime, use that time to get to know who Roy is as a life coach, as a professional, as an individual, as a person, because I'm a person first, just like you. I put my pants on one leg at a time, just like you. I have issues, just like you.
Yes.
And so if we can help each other, sometimes we can help each other break through those barriers too, just having a conversation with, like, you know what, I didn't see it like that.
Right.
But that's that accountability.
That's true.
That's the accountability aspect of it.
So now that makes sense when you were telling us when you first started that we hold each other accountable, because there's experiences that can change your thought process of how you may handle something even personally, not as well as a client. So that's pretty
As
awesome.
far as personally,
Yeah.
and the same question that I'll often have for psychologists and sociologists and things of that nature: how do you separate your biases from the information or the advice that you give people, or are you able to do it completely, or is what you teach or present to somebody based on some of the things that you already believe, as far as your experiences?
First of all, you don't want to get your personal intertwined with really what's going on, because what you believe may not be what they believe. Believe. But again, it goes to the initial conversation of their values, their beliefs.
You're speaking to their values.
You speaking to their values.
So you have to put yourself
to
almost in their shoes and try to give them the best information available based on that.
Exactly. Knowing that I'm not a disclosure, I'm no counselor.
Right.
I'm no counselor. I cannot diagnose you. All I can do is partner with you to help get you to that next level.
Yes. So have you ever had a client that their beliefs were so basically off base from yours that you weren't able to help them or take them on as a client because maybe their situation was maybe a little too challenging, or not even just challenging, but just
Like, God
it was
damn.
yeah,
Right.
exactly. Have you had that to happen?
To sum that question up, everybody's not your client. You can't do
Gotcha.
business with everybody.
Yes.
Going back to the initial conversation is that foundation.
Right.
So if you start off on a shaky foundation, that whole session, that whole relationship, matter of fact, it's going to be it's going to be more than what you charge them.
Right.
Because what I don't look at people as dollar signs.
Right. Right.
A lot of people look at people as dollar signs. Oh, I want your business. Okay, well, how can I help you? No, you cannot. You can't even do nothing with it. You can't even help yourself.
Right. Right.
But you see the dollar signs, and you get yourself caught up, and now you don't want to deal with the person. So all in all, everybody's not your client.
Gotcha. So give us an example of how your letdown would be, not even letdown, but what your script would be if there was a person that was so challenging and you just know you can't take them on. Like, how would you handle that situation?
You know, I will probably most likely see that from straight out the gate.
Okay.
You know, I thank you for looking me up, picking up the phone and giving me a call. But unfortunately, I don't think I'm the right coach for you.
Okay, so you put it on yourself that you wouldn't be the right fit,
Right?
Instead of making them feel like you too
you
fucked up for me.
You don't want, because again, you know, people, they get on that they're so quick to get on and rate you.
Yeah.
So even after the first conversation, if I said something, done something that was out of line, best believe they're gonna get on Google reviews
I'm gonna say Yelp or something.
or Yelp.
Oh wow, they'll tear you up on those sites too. I did not know they would go out there and view a life coach.
What do food critics do?
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Life coach is a business. What do food critics do? They go to a restaurant. If they receive bad service, what do? They get on.
They do. They
don't hesitate to pick up their phone.
Yeah.
Ooh, 1 star. Why would they get 1 star? Bad customer service.
Yeah. Gotcha.
I've worked too hard to build my brand to what it is, and I refuse to allow somebody to come in and destroy my house.
Yes, absolutely.
So Chon, during her, y'all did y'all thing where y'all kind of did a little skit or whatever about how you would interact, and she mentioned niggas.
Yeah.
So not specifically that,
right?
But do you get a lot of people coming to you and they're having trouble with male or female issues dealing with the opposite sex and them trying to connect and stuff like that? That seems to be a big thing.
Yeah.
Now, I will admit, on social media, it's a bigger deal than what I've experienced in real life. But there seems to be this whole thing where men and women are on two completely
different spectrum.
Right. So do you get a lot of that? And what is your opinion, or what type of advice do you give to people that are struggling with that? Because I have my own ideas on it, and it's really simple, I think. But in order to tell somebody else how to proceed and go forward with that, what would you tell them?
Well, actually, you know what? That's not my specialty. That's not my arena, because I'm gonna educate you. I'm gonna educate you. As a life coach. Again, life coach is such a broad, a very broad subject area. And so within life coach, there can be relationship coaches.
Okay.
There can be business coaches.
Gotcha.
And so, and to answer that wouldn't be my specialty. I
So
was
that'd be one of those things that you would turn down, like,
I gotcha.
right, exactly. I won't be able to help you with that, but God bless you.
But
Yeah.
I love her. Man, I just didn't listen. If I told her, I'm saying,
Right. I'm just saying, hey, you know what? She won't love me. Well, do you love yourself enough?
Okay.
Do you love yourself? Let's start there first.
Let's
What are you
start
talking
there.
about, man? I need it. Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
We get it. So, what are some of the mottos? Some of your mission statement? What is your statement that you get to attract your clients? Do you have something that you use when they're maybe looking you up? How do they find you? Like things of that nature.
Well, most of the time, people find me on. They'll go on website. They'll probably type in life coach, or they may type in entrepreneurship coach or business coach, and there I will pop up.
Okay.
So most of the time, people they're either referred or people will go and do their research of somebody that's close within their area. Pick up the phone and call.
Okay.
But one of the things that I say, my quote is, God does not call us because of our education, knowledge, wisdom, readiness, or preparedness, but he chooses us based on his understanding of our unique potentials and abilities.
Okay.
So that's one of my quotes. But my mission is to reach, teach, educate, empower, and inspire individuals to live up to their full potential.
Yes.
So with that, that's why I say, you know what, I motivate people. And oftentimes you motivate people and you don't even know you're motivating people because of something that you said,
right?
Something that you've done, the fact that you took the time to listen to them, and you just don't know sometimes the type of day that somebody is having.
That's true.
And you just either smile, give them a smile, you give them a hug, or you say something kind to them. And I know that, I've had many people come up to me, say, you know what? I don't know why I feel so comfortable talking to you. Are you a life coach? At first, before I even got my certification as a life coach, I wasn't. I wasn't, and I said no. But the more I thought about it, and the more I spoke to other people about it, they say, you know what? That is a gift. That is a gift.
Utilize it.
That is a gift from God.
Yeah.
Because I'd be a terrible life coach.
Oh, hell yeah. I be done hung myself. I be hanging from a rope. You can't coach me, Sean.
Yeah.
I'll stick with Dr. Johnson.
I can teach you how to work a camera.
Yeah, you can do that. Oh, now you do that well.
Okay.
Okay.
That is.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
we'll do that.
So
sometimes does your work get so heavy for you? How do you navigate? How do you navigate like getting that release after you've dealt with sometimes heavy topics?
you know what? Sometimes it's difficult to release. Sometimes it is difficult to release because you are a cup. We're all a cup. We're all a vessel. And oftentimes when you begin to pour into people, you pour until there's nothing left to pour out of.
Yeah.
And so now it's like, okay, who's going to pour back into you?
Yeah.
Who's going to pour back into you? And so those individuals that are pouring back into you, they're pouring back into you all of their problems. And so those problems now become your cup overflowing with not goodness,
Right.
but with problems.
Yeah.
So now I need somebody to help me dump that back out. And oftentimes it's not easy to, because one, remember, we started off with a firm foundation of building that trust. with that individual.
Yeah.
And you gave them that word. And remember, our word is all we have. Our word
Yep.
is our bond.
Yep.
So what do? You have to pray it off.
Okay. That's your release.
You have to pray. You have to pray it off. Like, God,
Yeah.
I'm laying before you. I'm giving this back to you.
Yeah.
Now you do what you need to do with it, but I need a release,
Yeah.
and I need to be refilled with what you have to fill me with, so I can continue to serve your people.
Right.
So again, it all goes back to that line of trust. That line of trust and carrying that burden of someone else
Yeah.
who entrusted
It's
you.
heavy.
And so if I tell you that it's heavy, it's heavy to the point to where you can't sleep at night. You're tossing and turning. You're maneuvering. You're walking. You're smiling, but are you really okay?
Yeah.
Under the surface,
Exactly.
is everything okay?
Yes.
Do you have a significant other that can somewhat bridge that gap between what you do in your professional life and?
I wouldn't even say a significant other would be able to even really help, because again, there are only certain things that you can talk due to confidentiality.
Right.
Gotcha.
There are only certain things that you can do. What you have to learn to do is to separate work from home.
Do you operate under HIPAA, or is it just a moral thing where you're not going to talk about
It's-
certain things?
It's moral.
Okay.
It's moral. It's ethical. It's values.
Right. Which could be heavier than any HIPAA.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So because
Wow.
guess what? You can. Oh, we about to go into a whole different territory.
Shit, let's go.
Let's do it.
We're about to go. You can talk to someone who you find who say they're your confidant, who they're your friend, but what they're doing is they're noting everything that you're saying, just so they can, once they leave you, go and pick up that phone and say, guess what Chandra done told me? Guess what Sean done told me? Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. And then guess what?
It's out there.
It's out there, and this person trusted you.
That's a terrible
Yeah,
situation.
you're looking at him like, nigga.
Yeah. And then I paid you
Right.
to betray me.
Right,
To
right.
to
I could have
betray.
just talked to one of my girlfriends from the beginning.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And so you know what? They betrayed Jesus. So what makes us think that we won't be? What makes us think that we won't be betrayed?
Right. Absolutely.
So be careful who you keep in your camp.
That's right.
Be careful who you engage with. Be careful who you conversate with.
Yeah.
Be careful who you call your friends.
Yeah. So how would you tell someone that we're taking you out of the scenario that has been betrayed by someone that they've trusted? What tools and tips would you give them to move forward, to be able to forgive? Because that's a hard pill to swallow when you're betrayed by somebody who you trusted.
Right. As hard as it is.
Yeah.
As hard as it is, you have to find it in your heart to forgive them. Because at the end of the day, you're not holding them hostage. They done gone on with their life.
Yep. They normally forget about
They
it.
done gone with their life.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's you that is being held hostage
yeah.
to what they done to you.
Yeah. True.
So now, how do you move on? How do you free yourself? You forgive. You forgive. It's one of the most difficult things
Yes, it
to
is, 'cause you
do.
be wanting to
It
kill
may
'em.
not be. It may not be, and it may not be today. It may not be tomorrow. Because forgiveness is a process. It is a process, and some people don't want to acknowledge rather they done wrong or rather or whether somebody done them wrong. At the end of the day, it all goes back to forgiveness.
Have you ever had a situation to where you couldn't forgive, or it took you so long to forgive because you were
It sounds like
because
that's
you
a
were
good ass
wrong?
question. Oh, you still
Come on, Dr. Justin, go
Are you in the
ahead.
middle of the process right now?
No, oh Lord. We're okay. You know what? I'm about to be transparent.
Please.
And I'm talking about freeing yourself.
We're your life coaches right now.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
We're not
Release.
certified. But
That's right.
We're, yeah.
But how do you deal with someone who said that they were your friend? You helped them do this. You even helped them when they were down on their lowest, at their lowest. Just to walk up and hear them talking about you. Them not knowing behind closed doors. Them not knowing, but you standing right there because God put you there for that reason.
He'll plant you right where you need to be. Yes.
Right there at the very beginning of the conversation.
You stood and listened to
And I stood and listened. How it just beat me down and talk about me like a dog behind my back. And then turn around after all said and done, want to smile in your face. Want to smile in your face as if they just didn't finish talking about you like a dog. And how can I smile in your face knowing all of this?
You should have beat their ass.
Sean.
I'm sorry, life coach. I'm sorry. I mean, that just came to mind. That's not what I meant. That wasn't what I meant. That wasn't what I meant.
But anyway, go ahead.
Look,
brother.
but yes, that's what our.
Well, I saw you rubbing on this arm right here, and I just felt.
But no, you just don't know. You just don't know. This was This was the street Roy. I may not seem like I have a little street, but you push me far enough. Don't push me.
That part.
But this day, thank God I had God on my side.
Yes.
But nonetheless, our physical man wants to respond in that way. But what you have to do is you have to pull back from the situation. Remove yourself from anything that is connected to that situation, and get in a silent place. Like, okay, God, you put me here for a reason. You allow me to hear what I heard. And that's the thing. God will put you in a place where it will hurt you just enough so you will not return back to it.
That's right. Now you talking.
So, so if you found yourself back in that place, it's because you put yourself back in that place.
Because he removed that toxicity out of your life. And the only way you was going to get it was to hear it for yourself. Because if somebody else would have told you, you probably wouldn't even believed it.
Was that an immediate separation, or did you kind of ease out of it a little bit?
Oh, that day I stopped talking.
Oh yeah.
That day I disconnected.
Oh yeah.
And you know what the Holy Spirit told me? He told me to shut up. He literally told me to shut up.
Yeah.
Because if I would have said something and said what I really wanted to say, I would have messed it all up. But when he told me to shut up, I said, okay. And he handled it.
Yeah.
He literally handled it. And I'm so much more at peace. Till this day, I have not, I hadn't talked to the individual. But when you don't say anything, silence, when you're silent.
It kill 'em.
Yes.
When you're silent,
yes.
that's the loudest noise that you can make.
Or block them. I'm the blocking queen.
Oh, I
I
didn't
don't
even.
block.
No, I
Oh,
didn't
y'all
block.
don't block?
I didn't block.
I block.
I didn't
you
block
watch.
because
And they
guess
be
what?
sick.
Because
Nah,
guess
I'ma let
what?
you
Because
watch.
guess what? When you
Okay.
when you block them, they know that they've gotten the best of you.
You think so? I think that let them people know. I almost called them something else that you don't give a care
What you
about
gonna
them.
say?
No. I ain't gonna say it because I'm gonna be respectful with
Okay, my
Dr.
bad.
Johnson. I know my mouth
But
get out of hand.
but when you
But
block
go ahead,
them,
explain to me about blocking.
but when you block them, they know that they've gotten the best of you because
Mm-hmm.
now they go on Facebook. Oh, she done unfriended me.
Nah, fuck that. I want you to see what I'm doing.
That's you
I
want
want-
them to see what you.
I want-
I be wanting them to be out of my life.
No.
See.
No, I want you to see
How God blessing you.
how God is blessing and how
Okay.
God is moving without you in my life.
Well, I gotta stop
You
blocking
try,
people. I gotta
you
leave.
try,
It'll work for
you
you.
tried to stop me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You tried to stop what God had for me, but God has been elevating me ever since.
Since you're gone, out the miss. Be gone. Yeah.
I want you to see me in the gym.
Oh, you want to
I want you to see me on vacation.
shirt on or shirt off?
I don't do shirt off because I got the belly.
Okay.
But I want you to see me on vacation. I want you to see the podcast.
All of
I want
that.
you to see. I want you to see every single thing I do. Because the thing is, if
Yeah.
you truly dislike me, you don't want to see me at all.
Right.
Let alone see me doing well.
Exactly.
And so
I
yeah,
get
that's
it.
torture. So either you're gonna end up blocking me,
Yeah.
or unfriending me, like
Mm-hmm.
that.
But you're not gonna do it to them.
Oh no.
Just see me.
No, there's lots of people that are still following me. I'm like, why are they still following me?
See, let me tell you something.
School.
When think of a garden. I'm gonna give you a garden.
Okay.
All right. And within the garden, you have all your nice fruits and vegetables. Mm-hmm. But the moment that you see a piece of weed, what do you want to do with it?
Pull it
Pull
out.
it out.
Because it's making
You want to
everything
pull it
ugly.
out. You want to pull it out.
Right.
But what people don't realize what's going on underneath the surface, the entanglement of the roots. So if you pulled out the weeds too soon, what you've been doing, you will be pulling out your harvest. You will be pulling out your harvest, and you will miss out on a blessing
I
that
see where
God
you're going.
had for you. So sometimes it's good to keep those weeds around.
Okay.
Because at that time, it's not time. There's a time and a place.
You're right.
So if you were to pull up those weeds, you'll be pulling up your harvest.
See, I'm a green thumb and I didn't even know it.
See, come on now.
I'm dope.
That's a good
I'm sorry,
one.
Doc.
I didn't look at it that way.
I didn't either.
You just helped me. I didn't look at it that way.
Oh yeah, my shit was based on arrogance.
Because
Yeah.
that's because we
Straight arrogance as always.
Yeah. Based on knowledge.
we want to respond immediately.
Yeah. We got to stop that, don't we?
But you just never know. Every situation that we go through
Yeah.
is a test. For every test, there is a test for elevation.
Mm-hmm.
And if you keep seeing yourself going around in circles,
Yeah.
you didn't pass that test.
That's true.
You didn't pass that test.
Just
So
looping.
you have to sit down and say, okay, God, what is it that you want? I keep seeing this.
Yeah.
I keep seeing this.
Yeah.
What he's trying to tell you is you keep trying to handle things on your own instead of you allowing him to handle it.
That's true. And
His
we
word
mess
said
up.
vindication is whose?
Yeah, he is. And only he is.
Yes.
Vengeance is mine, said the Lord.
Yes.
Yes.
I was gonna say that. I know that.
I'm
first.
sorry. I apologize. I didn't know if you were up on your Bible or not.
I'm trying.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so
That is amazing. We thank you because we didn't plan on it going this way. But see, God is helping these people out here, letting them know,
what I tell
stop trying to handle this on your own.
you? There we go. Stop trying to handle it on
Yes.
your own.
Yes.
Teaching you how to weather the storm.
Yes.
Teaching you for every big storm, there is a big blessing.
Oh, come on now.
The bigger the storm, the bigger the blessing.
Yes. Yes. But Lord, you done gave me a hurricane. I done had it all. I'm ready for my big blessing. I'm sorry I had to talk to him for a minute. I had to forget y'all was in the room.
You have to be able to weather. You have to be able to weather that storm
got
because think about a bamboo tree.
Okay.
Think about a bamboo tree.
Like, I got a bamboo tree right there.
Yeah.
The seed of a bamboo tree is planted within the ground.
Yes.
And you don't see anything happening. You don't see anything happening for months. You don't even see anything happening for years, wondering what's going on. You may even get the temptation to even pull up to see, okay, is this seed growing or what is the case?
Right.
But what's happening is that seed is taking root because those roots have to be strong enough to withstand that 6-7 feet bamboo tree.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in the midst of your storm, I said that to say this: you have to be rooted.
Yes.
You have to be rooted and know what your foundation is, and the foundation is the Word of God.
That's right. Prayer
So
changes
anytime
everything.
prayer changes anything, so anytime you
It
find yourself in the
does.
midst of the storm, think about that bamboo tree.
Yes.
Rooted, the roots have to be strong enough to withstand the storms,
Yes.
and know that you're going to make it. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy is going to come in the morning.
That's right. So with that being said, like, can you just like give some of us a little advice that when we feel like, when people wrong us, we have to respond to them? Talk to us about always, you just did, but give us some more detailed scope of everything doesn't require a response.
No, everything doesn't require a response. Oftentimes we're emotional creatures. We are
Yes.
very much so emotional creatures, more so women than men.
Yes.
Women respond with their emotions. Men want to fight, physical. Aggression. And so what we have to do, we have to reflect back on our core values of God. How do you operate? We have to reflect back on His word that vindication is
The Lord's.
it's the Lord.
Yeah.
And we have to remember that we don't always have to fight our battles because the battle belongs to Him.
Okay.
So when you feel like you have to respond, don't respond.
So
Become silent.
So I know you're right. Here's the thing, and I think Chon is going to probably agree with me 100%. If I stay silent for a little too long,
Yeah.
you get emboldened, and I find it incumbent that I put you in your place to let you know where it is. It's be it the environment, be it your experiences in life. What I've found is that when you take that route, people see that as a weakness, and they kind of, we use this word
Poke the
earlier,
bear.
it emboldens them to keep going.
Yes.
So it's difficult to understand when it's necessary to nip that shit in the bud,
Yep.
or to once you get to the point where it's like, you know what? Sorry, God, I got this one. I'm making jokes.
Yeah.
But you dig where I'm going with it,
Yeah.
right? So it's like I've taken the high road a whole lot in life.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
everybody taking the feeder.
Not the feet.
I like that. Yeah.
So it's like, okay, well, let me jump on the feeder with you. Because I don't mind it. I really don't. It takes more effort to take the high road than it is for
It
me
is.
to roll
It's
around
strenuous.
in the mud with you.
Yeah.
So if somebody that has that mindset, like what I just expressed, what do you tell them? Aside from what you just said, because you expressed the ideal situation, what you should do. If you have somebody that's seeking advice from you that wants to roll around in the mud, what do you tell them?
Well, you remember what, and I believe this was Michelle Obama.
When you go high,
No,
when you go low,
When they go low,
I go high. Yeah.
You go high. Never subject yourself to their level. Never subject yourself to their level. Now, if you do have to go to them and say something, I would say go to them in love, but I don't think you'll want to go to them in love. You're not gonna.
Right.
You have to go to you.
But it's always a way. It's always a way that you go to someone. It's always in the presentation of what you say.
Mm-hmm.
I always use this analogy. A good loaded baked potato with all of the fixings.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
With all
Did
all
you
of
eat?
I got big back energy. So I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
Look.
Oh, man. I'm an eater. I eat.
But
Go ahead.
but a
You need
loaded,
to prescribe him some for ADD too. Cause he cannot stay focused. Okay, but we gonna
But
keep
a
on.
loaded baked potato with all of the fixings of your liking is attractive, right?
Right.
It's attractive. Now that same baked potato that you done fixed up and you found attractive, you place that same baked potato on a trash can. Is that same baked potato as attractive as it was before?
Presentation.
I got you.
Yeah.
So it's always in the presentation.
Yeah. So you saying I couldn't slap a bitch and then come back and say it's all good? That's what you're trying to tell me.
Sean, so you take shit to the
I'm
next level.
speaking on my
No,
on me.
I mean,
Well, just think about it. You may want to slap somebody, but then where's that slap going to get you? It may make you feel good. It may make you feel good for a temporary, but then later on you may find yourself sitting in the Harris County jail.
wasting all
My little time.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's where you gonna find yourself. That's where you gonna find yourself.
And baby, I don't look good in orange like that. Shoot, I know.
So if orange, look,
I mean, you know.
So
that orange may be my color.
I don't know.
Look, so if orange ain't your color, yeah, and I
Okay.
said ain't. If orange ain't your color,
Yeah.
don't do nothing to put you in orange.
You so right.
We know you're absolutely right.
Right. But
We
the
know
emotions.
that. But the
Yeah.
thing is, if you're being practical,
Yeah,
in real life, that's not always the.
it's not always
Right.
the case.
We haven't been doing this very long. We had this conversation earlier, and now they may not say it online or something. Man, people really be not on the podcast shit, but people really be saying shit about us, man. So it's like, you understand what I'm saying?
No, I get what you're saying.
So it's like, Sean,
Meet him in the parking lot at 4
Sean
o'clock.
an ass beater. I'm not really.
No, because you something else, but we ain't gonna talk about that on the TV
I'm
camera.
with mine, and so it's like you want to, and I don't. I gotta be honest with you. I don't act out or anything like that. But the amount of energy it takes to shut your mouth and keep on going, it can't be understated.
That's
Right.
And so, once again, we know you're right.
Yeah.
But if you're dealing with not take the podcast out of it, but just those same emotions, because you have people that don't have a podcast or anything, they be moving a certain way in life, and people have things to say about them, and they get to a point where they're just tired of it.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be a little philosophical.
Go ahead, give it to us.
Man.
That's what you do. We guess we'll listen. We
Sean,
guess we'll
You
listen.
gotta pay for this.
I know how you free therapy.
Look,
Don't send us a bill after this podcast. I'm gonna rip it up. I'm just letting you know.
I know where you stay, and I slide it underneath the door. No, but in short layman's term, if nobody is talking about you, then you're not doing anything.
That's true.
You're not doing anything. But when somebody's talking about you, you're doing something right.
Right.
So that means you got to keep on doing and let them talk. Give them something to talk about. You want to talk about me? I'm going to give you something. give them something to talk about.
Okay, I got you. I feel you.
So yeah, give them some.
The
give
talk
them
bothers
some-
Chon more than me. I ignore him.
Yeah,
He the one always bothered.
but you know what? Sometimes people don't have nothing else to do but talk about you. So
That's
hey,
right.
it's no fault of it's no fault of you.
Right.
But they just found you as the subject matter, which I consider that an honor.
It should be, because all the
I cons-
ambitious things that you're teaching us, we have to be able to learn to put these tools that you're giving us into our day-to-day walk.
Exactly. So
We gonna try.
Look.
Hey, next time you come on, I ain't gonna say nothing about slapping nobody. You gonna be like,
Be
you
like,
came
you
a
done
long
came
way.
a long way. Ain't God good?
All the time.
And all the time.
God is good.
There we go. There we go.
Absolutely.
So yeah, give them something to talk about.
Yeah.
And some of the things that you may hear may not always be the nicest
It's
things, because it's
not.
not going to be.
Yeah, it's not.
Especially when you're outdoing them
Yeah.
and they
yeah.
see how God is blessing you.
Yeah. And the unfortunate thing is that when people do have things to say, and I'm just speaking just in general, because I really don't give a shit, like literally, but you put in all your hard work and your energy. People don't even realize what you do behind the scenes to make what happens happen. Just because you make it look easy, they have no idea of the toiling hours that you're doing. Because so while they're sleeping, you're up working, you're trying to get your grind on, you're hustling to want the best of the best, so.
And yes, and that's just that's really what I had to do.
Yes.
I had to move in silence.
Yes.
I really had to.
Let's talk about
I
that.
had to move in silence.
Yes.
Because a lot of people, they say that they're for you. Mm-hmm. They say that they're for you, but on the flip side of things, they have some ulterior motives. Mm-hmm. And the ulterior motive is waiting for you to come back and tell them, waiting for you to come back and tell them that, this didn't work.
Right.
I'm a failure. So what I learned to do, and oftentimes people don't know what I'm doing until it's done.
Exactly.
Because
Y'all take notes.
I've learned to move in silence, and that's how I was able to obtain my PhD. I
Yes.
moved in silence. Did nobody know that?
Yes.
My family didn't even know.
Yes.
That you were in school, or that you
They didn't know I was
your
no.
PhD?
They didn't know I was in school obtaining my PhD.
What did
So-
they think you were doing?
They didn't know. They did not know. Period.
Are you close to your family?
No. It's not that. I'm very close to my family, but the reason I did it strategically. You moving in silence is strategic.
Strategy.
It's strategic.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I did that is because nobody in my family has ever gone as far as obtaining a PhD.
Mm-hmm.
So
No hindrances.
no hindrances.
There you go.
But not to say that my family will hinder, because they're very supportive.
Right.
My parents, my siblings, they are very supportive, because they are always like, what is he up to now?
Right.
And so they found out what I was doing on the day I graduated.
Wow.
Really?
They found out on the day when I
What
graduated.
do they say? Like, I see you sneaky bastard.
Yeah.
You know what? It's funny you said. One of my sisters said that. One of my sisters said that. But try not to get emotional.
Shit,
Hey,
get
be
emotional,
you.
man.
Do
Yeah,
you.
for
We
real.
got tissue. Do you. You got something right there in your hand. Go
Listen,
ahead.
you in the safe space, my
You
brother.
are. No judgment.
When they call my name to put the stole on me,
Yeah.
just to see my parents stand up.
Wow. That's an accomplishment. Your PhD. Some of us don't even have associates. So what a blessing and an
Just
honor.
to see them stand up with a smile on their face.
Yes.
And so that's why I moved in silence.
Yeah.
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 And even in the midst of while I was pursuing my PhD, I wrote a book.
You sneaky devil. Too.
That
I
was
said sneaky bastard, but if you want to say
I
that,
wasn't gonna call him that.
well, I think bastard is better than devil. But okay, fine.
but I also my dissertation, I published it as a book.
Wow.
So my book is my dissertation.
That is so amazing. Where is
So-
your book?
So here is my book, Entrepreneurial Giants.
Yes.
So I'm going to
Can I see it?
I'm absolutely. I'm going to give credit to someone because you
Okay.
have to give credit to where credit is due. You have to
Absolutely.
give people their flowers where they can yet smell them.
Absolutely.
We started out as strangers. Now we're family. I call her my sister, Dr. Sonia Lowe.
Okay.
Dr. Sonia Lowe, how you doing? But she was really my chief motivator
Wow.
because for several years she told me, "You need a book of your own. You need a book of your own." And I'll look at it, I'm like,
Yeah.
for like 2 years.
2
I
years.
bucked her. I shunned the idea.
Yeah.
I refused. But she said no. And she didn't give up on me. And I thank her for that.
Oh, Dr. Lowe is your motivational
Yeah,
coach.
she's got
She-
the foreword in your book.
Yeah.
She actually wrote the foreword in my book because
wow.
that's just how much she believed
In you.
in me and my vision
Oh, wow.
that she pushed me towards. And so she kept telling me, "You need a book of your own." And then one day, 2 years later, I felt that unction. I navigated to my computer and I just started writing. I just started typing. But if I told you that's not what I initially started writing about,
Right, right.
I just started writing. Over time, it started to take form.
Mm-hmm.
And that form that it took was Entrepreneurial Giants.
Wow.
And-
Can
and-
you give us, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, okay, well, real quick, Sean. So I'm looking through the book. It's not just a book. So it's just not a book where you're giving advice or you're telling a story, anecdotes or anything like that. I see spaces where people can put their own thoughts, where people can, where you're asking questions. And so it's interactive. It's, you read the book, everybody is going to get a different walk away from it.
Absolutely.
Tell me about that
Because-
briefly, because I know Sean.
That's
has
just
some-
what I was about to
Oh,
ask him.
okay.
So that's perfect. Like, you got it.
So, Entrepreneurial Giants, drawing strength from biblical principles for business breakthroughs. It's not just not talking about business. It's also talking about your spiritual walk. It's tying the two together because what we oftentimes don't realize is that we read the Bible, we read the scriptures, but we don't take a deep dive in it to see what it's really telling us. And so as I was writing, I'm like, God, okay. Take the Bible, take my experiences of entrepreneurship and intertwine them. So now I'm taking you on a transformative journey, allowing you to become transparent with yourself and to hold yourself accountable, because those are principles in there that you can apply
Right.
along the journey. Even with it tells different stories. It tells principles that are found within different scriptures that you say, you know what, I didn't even see it that way.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so, when it talks about one of them is the roots.
Like
Roots
the weed.
is roots. You have to have a firm foundation when you build your business.
Yeah.
So
Can I do a spoiler? just a little
ahead.
bit?
Go ahead.
So you guys really need to get this book. Just for me flipping through it, chapter 6 is a season winds of opportunity. And he used Noah's Ark as the reference. And then you get an opportunity to read the scripture and his synopsis that he have of it. And then you get to talk about the growth. Like, how can you align yourself with the principles of sowing seeds? Like, you actually get to interact with this book. You definitely need to tell them how they can get this book, because I can see how this would incite growth.
Absolutely. And I was blessed when I launched the book to be number one, not only in one category, not only two categories, but 5 categories. Number one, making it an Amazon bestseller.
We saw that.
Number one
We
bestseller.
saw that. Yes.
So
yes.
I was blessed.
5 categories. Do you remember what your 5 were?
I don't.
Okay.
Initially it was 3
Okay.
that my publisher put my book in.
Yeah.
But just to find out that it was elevated to 5.
Wow.
Was
What
that
a
something
blessing.
you strove for?
No.
Or it just happened.
It didn't just happen. God made it happen.
So when the next book comes out, which I'm sure another book is coming out, is that something you even worried about, it being number one in all 5 categories, or you just want to get your message out there?
You know, it being in 5 categories is just a bonus.
Yeah.
Icing on the cake.
It's icing on the cake, but that book serves the people that I've been called to serve.
Yes.
So if
Yes.
you desire to get your own copy, you can go to www.entrepreneurialgiants.com.
Okay.
Again, www.entrepreneurialgiants.com. You can purchase it there. And when you purchase it, you won't only be purchasing a book, but you will be purchasing a signed copy that I will mail out to you myself.
How long does it take them to get it? Like a rough estimate?
It sounds like you're doing it yourself.
Yes.
Everything.
Right now, sometimes you have to operate as a one-man show.
You
right
do.
now.
You do.
You have to
We
operate
get
as a
that.
one-man show.
Yes.
I'll try to get them out as quick as possible, probably within about a week span.
Okay, 7 to 10 business days.
Right,
Okay,
right,
7 to
right.
10 business days.
Right.
You guys can get your copy at www.entrepreneurialgiants.com.
And if it take 2 weeks to get it,
Just goddamn it, wait, because this is going to be the book of y'all life. It's going to change some things. I'm sorry, I had to get a little rough with y'all. But this will be a blessing for you guys to obtain this copy from Dr. Roy Johnson.
And you know what? I'm gonna tell you this: when you go on and purchase a copy, don't just purchase a copy. Purchase multiple copies.
Yes.
Purchase one for you, and then purchase another one as a gift for someone that you want to bless. Sow seed into someone else's life. You just don't know, when you sow seed, you're going to reap a harvest. And I've sown seeds consistently. And God, I'm just waiting for that harvest. But when the Spirit speaks to you to say, sow seed, don't worry about the dollar, because right now this is not about the worrying about the dollar, because I know that it's going to come. Opportunities are going to come. Doors are going to open that no man can shut. I mean, God is going to begin to expand my territory just because I was obedient to what He said.
Yes.
And so if God tells you, don't just purchase one copy, purchase multiple copies, know that it will come back to you 10, 100 fold, because you blessed somebody else's.
Yes. And pastors, y'all might want to just use some of y'all pastor aid money and purchase this copy for your congregation. It'll make you have a better congregation for
Pastors
because,
aid money?
Yeah, pastors aid money.
Yeah, I'm Catholic, so I don't.
So, from my rearing, certain Sundays, pastors get love offerings. And opposed to them using the church's money, I'm asking them to bless their congregation.
So they can buy like Jordans and stuff.
They can buy whatever they want because it's
Really?
their money, because it's a love offering that's given to them. And we're asking you, if you want to make your congregation like more wise, more knowledgeable, and to be able to get these life lessons, this will be worth you spending your pastor's aid funds for.
And guess what?
Be
I would even come do a book signing at your church, at your
Come on
facility, at your organization. I will come speak. So if you're looking for a speaker,
Yes.
I'm available. If you want me to come out and do a book signing, I'm available. If you want to do podcasts, want me on your show, I'm available.
So let me ask you a
Right.
question. After you leave here today, you're gonna go and do another podcast with people? I mean, I'm just be honest, man.
Why you looking like you're feeling, sir? Sean?
Sean, don't be like
I
that.
thought we had something, but that's cool.
You thought y'all was special?
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Look,
I mean, it's cool, bro.
Sean, look, hey, bro, we
sure?
Yeah,
right here.
solid.
But but I must be obedient. I must be. My steps have already been ordered.
Yes. Yes.
So you can't hold. You can't hold.
It's you, not me.
Yes,
I
yes,
get it.
yes.
That's
It's
fine.
you, not me.
Okay.
All I can tell you, this has been like the most amazing experience. I still feel through Sharonda and her, reaching out to Sean and I to have you on the show was like, I mean, we've played because we try to keep it light, and we still heathens too. God's still working on us, but
We all a work in progress.
we are
all
work in progress. But in all honesty, to be able to sit down here with you and to feel your energy and to be able to see you being a man of God and you being able to put this spirit in the airwaves, it's a beautiful situation. And we are just so honored that you came on just to share your wonderful experience, because you've had a lot of accomplishments. And Sean and I both just wish you all the blessings and the success that your future and your heart can hold, and what you're doing, like being able to inspire others and to get because we all fall in the trenches sometime, and to get us out of them. That's you helped me today. It's an amazing
and we realize
situation.
this is content
Yeah.
slash entertainment.
Yeah.
Anytime we have a guest on, the vast majority of the time we have a guest on, we're getting something from it.
Yes.
So while we may laugh and keep it lighthearted or whatever, we are listening. We are taking something away
Yes.
from it. You may echo something we already feel.
Right.
Like when we talked about the low road and high road.
Yes.
I made a big joke out of it. But also that's something we understand. But also you'll sit here and you will affirm something that we understand. And that just kind of hammers it home. We're not there yet. Oh, I'll speak for Sean.
Yeah, you can speak for me
Okay.
too.
We're not there yet.
We're not.
We're trying.
Yes.
In all aspects of life.
Yes.
Like, once again, take the podcast out of it.
Right.
It is really difficult sometimes to do the right thing.
Yes.
No, let me take that back. It's easy to do. It can be easy to do the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
It is so easy to do
The wrong thing.
the wrong thing.
Right.
Oftentimes, and
Yeah.
on this, I'll speak for myself. Oftentimes, it's a lot easier just to do the wrong thing.
Yeah.
And so you sitting here, your demeanor, the way you explain things, it seems like that you've gotten a lot of things mentally under control.
Yes.
And that's something I aspire to do. And so it is very much appreciated that you were able to sit here and talk to us about some of the things that you know.
Yes.
You've even explained to us about all this deluge of life coaches.
Yes.
I'm sick of seeing them.
Yes.
I gotta be honest with you. Because it becomes something different than somebody that's just speaking from a place of honesty,
Yeah.
Right.
vulnerability,
Yes.
and we appreciate that.
Yes.
Thank you.
And y'all, please follow Dr. Johnson. He's so easy to find on Facebook, Dr. Roy L. Johnson. You can definitely get in his inbox And let him know if you need a life coach. Like, this man is amazing, and you don't feel judged. You just feel like a listening ear, like someone talking to a good friend, that's giving like tips and tools to be able to get yourself out of any situation that you can. And please give them all your social media information, how they can contact you, how they can book with you.
Absolutely. But first, before I do that, I want to thank Sharonda for Sharonda Britton. We go back to high school.
Yes.
George Washington Carver High School. I mean, we were great. We were great friends, and it's amazing to reconnect. I hadn't seen her in person in umpteen number of years, and so I'm truly grateful to her that she connected us.
Yes.
Because you just never know where this is going to take us.
That's right.
Because this is only the beginning.
Yes.
This won't be the last.
Yes, I believe that.
This will not be the last. But if you would like to connect with me, you can connect with me on Facebook at Roy Johnson Jr. You can also connect with me on Instagram at I am Roy Johnson. I think it's Junior. If not, no, it's at I am Roy Johnson. You can also send me an email at Roy L Johnson Jr. and that's jr.com. Or you can just go to my website, purchase Entrepreneurial Giants, and I have your contact information, and I can follow up with you then. But I would definitely like to connect with each and every last one of you, even if it's no more than say hi or how what you've seen or heard moved, inspired you to say, you know what, I need to start operating in the best version of myself.
Yes.
I don't want you to leave the same way that you came. Put one foot in front of the other. And be careful who you tell your dreams to. Be careful who you tell your dreams
That's
to.
true.
Never tell gallon-sized dreams to pint-sized-minded individuals.
Come on, man. Say it one
You
more
need to
time.
put that on the scrolling mark when we do the video.
Say that part.
Never tell your gallon-sized dreams to pint-sized-minded individuals because they won't understand.
That's right.
And they don't even have room or the capacity to even withhold what you have.
Exactly.
Because it's not for them.
That's a word. Shit. That's a whole word. Can I wrap it up with say thank you guys for joining the Social Drinkers Podcast. We're here with Dr. Roy Johnson. Subscribe to our channel. Dr. Roy Johnson Jr. Please subscribe to our channel, the Social Drinkers Podcast on YouTube. Very, 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 very soon, we're going to be streaming on multiple platforms. I'm waiting for Chon to get off his ass and get our RSS feed out there. So as soon as he gets off his ass and get our RSS feed out there,
you said it.
I'm sorry, I'll say it one more time. Y'all will be able to see us on multiple platforms.
Jesus Christ.
We thank you guys for joining us. We have been inspired. We hope you guys have too. And we love what we do. Closing remarks?
None.
Y'all have a great evening.
Peace.
Peace.
It's the Social Drinkers Podcast.